Hello lads, welcome back to another album review. Today, we'll be reviewing the fourth album by Led Zeppelin, being titled Led Zeppelin 4, for obvious reasons. Obviously, released in 1971, this album is considered one of the best albums of all time. But what do I think? Is it as great as everyone says it is? Or is it simply overrated? This is my review of Led Zeppelin 4. Kicking off the track list, we have Black Dog. While this song is good, it's definitely not the best off this record. The song is kind of forgettable, and I know I say that a lot in these album reviews, but it's still good. It's still a good Led Zeppelin song. It's not the best, but I do really like the intro to this song. The intro's pretty good, but other than that, it's just kind of forgettable in my opinion. I have similar thoughts on rock and roll as I do with Black Dog, being that it's good but not great. It's certainly a decent rock and roll tune, no pun intended, but it's nothing amazing. The Battle of Evermore is awesome. Not only is it the best song off this record, but it may as well be my favorite song by Led Zeppelin. It's such a unique song and sounds different from a lot of other Led Zeppelin stuff. This song is a perfect example of why I love Led Zeppelin's music. It's got great lyrics mixed with great instrumentals, and fun fact, this song is speculated to be based off the Lord of the Rings, particularly the third one, The Return of the King, and to me, that's pretty cool. Alright guys, the next song is very obscure. You've probably never heard of it. Oh, okay, I'll stop. It's Stairway to Heaven. You probably heard Stairway to Heaven at some point in your life. Anyway, this song is so good to the point where Stairway and music can be considered synonyms. It's no wonder why this song keeps playing on the radio after more than 40 freaking years. The intro is great, the lyrics are slow yet beautiful, and overall, the song as a whole is just amazing. Misty Mountain Hop is yet another great song. It sounds very distinct to other rock and roll songs, and it's just pretty good all around. There's not much to really say that hasn't already been said about the last two tracks we discussed, but just know that these three back-to-back tracks are probably the best songs off this album. Four Sticks is kind of forgettable, but it's still good. And plus, we just had three absolute bangers, so it makes sense how there would be some forgettable tracks in between. But compared to the other forgettable tracks off something like Led Zeppelin 1, the ones on 4 are definitely more memorable, which is kind of hard to explain. The song also goes on for kind of long, which is strange, considering Stairway to Heaven is like 8 minutes long. The song is still good, but it's nothing special in my opinion. Going to California is pretty good. It's not really a loud Led Zeppelin song, but it's more of a nice, relaxing one. I like it, and while it's not the best song on here, it's definitely nothing to pass up. When the Levi Breaks is the last song off this record, and while it can go on for a bit too long, it's still good. Nothing to really say here that hasn't already been said about some of the other tracks on here, but just know that while it's not the top tier of this album, it's still good. And that's about it. Would I recommend Led Zeppelin 4? Of course I would. This album encapsulates everything I love about not just Led Zeppelin, but music in general. There's not a single bad track off this album, and the great tracks on here are probably some of my favorite songs ever. And while some songs can be kind of forgettable, I can still pretty much recall every track, which is something I can't really say for the other albums I've reviewed so far. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. What's your thoughts on Led Zeppelin 4? Do you agree with me, or do you have different opinions on the album? Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!